Everything breaks down to a number. Every image you see, every word you hear, it's all a code being told to your subconscious. We're going to break down my code. But before we do, let me give you some preface. I'm sure many of you have heard of something called angel numbers. Most say that they're demonic. You're wrong. For one, we call them angel numbers, but they really coincide with something known as solfeggio scale numbers or the solfeggio matrix. Do, re, mi, so, fa, la, ti, do. You know that, like from music. That is the solfeggio scale. When Nikola Tesla keeps bringing up the numbers 369, saying that they rule the universe, this is the origins of which that conclusion is coming from. The Psalms that were written by King David, they were tuned to a lyre, which is also tuned to the solfeggio scale. Point number two is that the Torah had Hebrew letters, which were really numbers. Every phrase was meant to be cross-referenced to find the deeper meaning. Many of you might wonder, cross-referenced with what? That answer is something known as gematria. Every letter has a value that's also associated with it. That is to say, every specific word has a value it equals. Let's take Google for example. Google has the same total value as golden age. Both words, even though golden age is technically two words, both words each comprise of the value 139. Even though that they have different specific letters, they still return to that same value, which is no coincidence because most people attribute Google to the dawn of what they call the golden age of the internet. It is through these cross connections we can see that there is a deeper code underlying. 2 TWO equals 1050, 2 TO equals 150, and 2 TOO equal 200. They are all different values, meaning that even within the code there is a code. I'm going to TWO can equal another code different from I'm going to TOO. Now understand this. These angel numbers that you see, or really any sign that you see, are not just numbers or the particular thing. They are codes being delivered to you, trying to tell you something. Angelo, my name, equals 123. Now, I've seen that number for a long time. I'm talking like every day for a while I was seeing that number. I would go to a restaurant, I'd go to the grocery store, park all the way in the back. Car next to me when I come out would be 123. At the restaurant, my total would be $12.30. Order a completely random meal. I mean, I would see this number every day. Now, it wasn't until I got the intuitive nudge to look into the gematria and seeing what these numbers and even the letters meant in the first place. So, Alaska actually equals 123, which is the state in which I was born and spent most majority of my life. God code actually also equals 123. Even the word Fibonacci equals 123. Fibonacci being attributed to the sequence that's found in everything, from seashells to even just the whole galaxy itself. Now, I would like to highlight in reference to the section in which I spoke about 2 is in the number, 2 is in the word with two O's, and 2 is in the word with one O. Just like the sentiment of 2 versus 2, my name is D'Angelo, but my family has always called me Angelo. However, everyone has always spelled my name D'Angelo, D-E, instead of D-A. And so what is the relevance? Just like the number 123, I have always seen the number 132. People often say if you go looking for something, you will find it. But truthfully, I've never looked for any of these numbers. They've always seemed to find me. I always see this number 132, and everything around me seems to equal 132 or some variation. When you spell out D'Angelo, spelled incorrectly, D-E, it equals 132. Well, hidden code also equals 132. And D'Angelo, which equals 127, my name spelled correctly, equals God coded, which also equals 127. You can see that somehow these are all somewhat similar, but are quite literally different codes, as in not the same number at all. So we're going to start with this Chick-fil-A receipt and decode it so that you can see essentially what it is that I mean by everything is a code given to you. Let's start with the guest name. They spelled my name incorrectly and assigned me a random receipt number, that number being 3069. And I want you to keep in mind as well, I have no control over whatever name They put on this ticket at the register. They just ask you what's your name. And I also have no control over the number given just because it's a random number given by the computer system. D'Angelo, specifically spelled with an I, 369 equals 1302. Not D'Angelo spelled DE 369. Not D'Angelo spelled correctly my name 369. Specifically DI Angelo 369 equals this number. Next, the number 11221. Spelled out, it equals 1308. 1308 equals matrix simulation. Now, the team member who actually took my order, her name was Elena. If we search Elena, we see it equals 463. 463 is also the value of the phrase hidden in plain sight. Elena, however, also equals the value 324, which is also the same exact value of Angelo, which has the value of 324. The total of the meal, which was $12.30, again the number 123, that equals Angelo. And lastly, the number 810, which was the time that this receipt was printed. The number 810 equals the meaning of number codes. And because I'm going to reference this video and this particular point, it also equals the key of David, which has no relevancy now, but again, in a later video, I will come back and reference this point, so just throwing that in there. I'm going to give another example of this. Keep in mind that these photos are unaltered and not edited in any way, shape, or form. For some reason, the receipt printed states the time of 8 o'clock. I'm going to show the screenshots in my phone and also the fact of when the photo was actually originally created. It was 7 o'clock. I'm not sure why the receipt shows that. So on May 9th, I had went to Burger King and placed an order. The kiosk machine had generated my receipt and gave me the number 1904. When you spell the number out 1904, so ONENINEFOUR, it equals the number 525. 525 equals sunset. It also equals May 9. The relevance, the sun had just set at 7:18. I got this receipt at 7:28, and it also was May 9th. 525 also equals the phrase, nothing is a coincidence. So remember, I keep saying that I'm seeing this number 132. Well, 194 spelled out plus the name on the receipt as Riel equals the number 1132. No coincidence. 1132 also equals Walmart. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, what is the relevance between Walmart and this number? Well, this Burger King, coincidentally, again, no coincidence, was actually located right next to a Walmart, as in right literally within the parking lot. And again, I see this number 1132 all the time as well. Now, I'm sure you have the question, what is the meaning of any of this? The meaning is that there is a code to everything, trying to give you deeper understanding upon a particular thing. You could say it's source, you could say it's your higher self, even that if you would like to say that it's God, is giving to you a message particularly for you based upon anything in your life. And it's on you to find and decode these messages through a gematria. Have you ever heard of the straw man fallacy theory? Even that itself is confirmed through these codes in gematria. Check out this code. In God we trust, one frog. That equals 1823 and 1530. My straw man is no more equals 1530. Slave to the United States is 1823. If you understand the straw man fallacy, you'd understand the context behind these two statements. And this code even confirms something that my friend Alexandria had said, that she was looking for plant medicine and wanted to try ayahuasca. Frog 1 equals 480, which equals Alexandria, literally her name, and ayahuasca. There is a specific way to decode gematria and see the signs, and honestly I can say that I've cracked the gematria code. Even in Revelations it tells us, let he who have wisdom calculate the number of the beast. And so I know you're probably thinking, okay, then tell me what is the relevance. He whom haveth the wisdom has calculated and is now preparing to tell the story.